Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Lili Nishmas Mordechai. Hayoim shloishav arbaim yoim shem shisha shavuos v'yoim echad. La ba. Hi Rebelli, can't wait to finally meet you in Manchester. Just enjoying some toyameh on Erev Shabbos whilst doing the daf. Thanks for everything. Love from Shimon Sandhaus on behalf of all the Manchester younger manchiks. Shalom Aleichem Rebbe, my name is Rachamim Shaulov. He's sitting right over there in the back. You got it, Dave? If you don't know how to, he looks like this. Let me show you. And this is what his father looks like, sitting right over there. I started learning the Daf Yomi in Brachas, but only started learning with Rebbe at MDY during Masechta Baba Kama Daf Pei. Coming to Rebbe's shiurim have changed my life, literally in every possible way, becoming a better person, a better husband, a better father, and a better Eved Hashem. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely some kind of special energy koyach that a person gets from coming to your shiurim. Your delivery of the shiur is so special and unique that we actually get the material and remember it. My father has also joined your shiurim about 2 months ago and enjoys it very much, even though English is his second language. What's your first language? Russian Bukharian. Listen, this half the shiur is not even a language. It's pictures. It's you don't need anybody can understand it. Who doesn't let you sleep? I? Why is that? I don't let you sleep during your shiur. That's the Russian shiurim. This is different. My father, he says I don't let him sleep during the shiur. My father usually is up every morning at 4 a.m. davening a netz minyan. And when it comes to attending shiurim during the day, he might fall asleep, it says here. But during your shiurim, it's very hard to fall asleep because it's so lovely and animated. On behalf of my family and myself, Yeshakar Gadol, thank you. My father Yaakov and Rachamim Shaulov, welcome to the shiur. Yeshakar for being here. It's a big addition. Rabbi Yisai spotted, this is them, spotted in New York, MDY Daf. Spotted in Central Avenue, 5 Towns, Glen Ackerman, West Hempstead, New York. Hi, Rebelli. I give a daf at night and try to prepare with my chavrus in the morning. I like to listen to you while I exercise. So I love this. He's listening while he's exercising. He can do 2 things at once. Actually, I was actually getting mixed up with counting my reps. When you were counting the pile, he doesn't go on the treadmill. He exercises. He does reps. Piles of money on Daf Samach Dalet Amud Aleph. I gain clarity how to say over and enjoy the lessons, some of which I share with my 8th grade. Keep up the good work. One of the guys in my Daf's brothers says he's addicted to you. Was never able to do the Daf before. Aaron Hirschman, Lakewood, New Jersey. P.S. I think you were drop hard on the guy who reminds you about the sponsors. Maybe you should have a talk with him privately. Shkoyach for the Musar. Michael Cooper. Dear Rebelli, sorry to bother, but is Rav Nachman Seltzer sitting next to you? I didn't recognize him. Could you give him my warmest hug and shalom aleichem from me? I love his books. He introduced me to Zera Shimshon. We got a hug going on here. I love his books. Get over here. Do I need to go to you? Okay, fine, I'll do it. Fine, you know what? It's a pasnish. We'll hug it out. I love his books. He introduced me to Zera Shimshon, and my life was never the same. I now completed the entire Zera Shimshon Torah set and studied every day. That's crazy. All the best. Michael Cooper. Ploini ben Ploinus. Hello, Rebelli. I very much like the video of Bala Vimoy. I'd love to see more of those. And here's a guy in the hospital. Mike Harrison, another hospital picture. The daf never stops. You hear? It never stops in Boynton Beach, Florida. Mike, you should have a refuah shleima. And Rabbi Isai, you know him? All right. Be'ezer Hashem, send him our love. Be'ezer Hashem, myself, Noam Fix, Avi Kamiansky. There's a guy, a Yerushalmi guy. You're not going to believe this. I forgot his name. He comes every night from Beitar to the shiur at night. his wife got him a gift, a ticket to fly to Manchester to be there with us. And he, I didn't know this. He showed me a picture that he was in Miami seeing him. I said, what were you doing in Miami seeing him? He said, I flew in. He said, the Gemara is hard for me, and you make it gishmak. I decided I'm flying into the Siyum in Miami. So he's going to be there. Rabbi Schoenberg is coming in. He switched his tickets around. Some people from America, we have to see. Mark Ashkenazi was thinking about it, others. Rabbi Isai, we are starting to talk about Masechtas Baba Basra. Believe it or not, it's coming up in like 20 days. And it's a long one. And we're not going to have, it's 175 days. We're not going to have too many opportunities during the Masechta to recruit. Start a Cheskes Habata maybe, but so let's try to start it now. This Shavuos, make a real Kabbalah Satira, join thousands of Yidden, beginning with Masechtas Bava Basra. June 27th is when we start. You could start today. You should start today. Rabbi said the Masechta is sponsored by Anonymous for the safe and speedy return of all the hostages. The parnassah chodesh, Nishmas, Zechariah ben Moshe, Nishmas, Chaya bas Yosef, parnassah Mordechai Sapoznick again. We appreciate it. Lzaicher Nishmas, his uncle, Danny Silber, Boruch Daniel, Zechariah Boruch ben Yibad Chaim, Reb Zev, Levi, Hakohein, Nerior. May his neshama have an aliyah. Maybe meiletz yosher, his wife, Sirena, and I think his children, his parents, the entire mishpacha and all of Klal Yisroel. By Joel Ezoory as a zchus for the LA community for the goodness and kindness to me and my kids. Be'ezer Hashem, I have a plan to be in Los Angeles at least once this coming year. I want to be chazik the MDY in Los Angeles. We got to do something, and we got to do it quick. By Moshe Hirsch, Hatzlacha and parnassah. Parnassah Pinkhas Akilov. Thank you very much for your helpful and funny videos. The MDY team is the best. Yishkoyach Pinkhas. And parnassah Zchus Refuah Binyamin Alexander ben Yitta Raizel, who's in critical condition. Should have refuah shleima. The boys say we're holding Daf Tzadik Zayin Amud Beis, the last words. Today's Daf Tzadik Ches. I would go back a little bit to Tzadik Zayin Amud Aleph real quickly for a minute. It says in the Mishnah, Hashoyel es apara. If you borrow a cow, we have three cases that are very, very similar. You borrow a cow for half a day, and the other half you are renting the cow. The cow dies. The owner, of course, says that it died while you were renting, and therefore you owe a whole cow. And the borrower says, no, it happened when I was renting, and I'm a renter, and I'm potter from Einas, Meisa Kedarka, I'm potter. You're using it up, right? That's one correction. Yeah, what are you saying? Very good. Like it. Yeah. I said, okay. The owner says while you were borrowing it, and the shayel, I'm pretty sure I said the shayel, okay, said while, the first one I said the owner, okay. The shayel said it was while I was renting it. Since the Rosh Kollel said a very good one-liner, so that's it. He gets more corrections. He says, as long as you make one mistake, I'll correct you once. Very good. If it's good and stark, I take it. We continue on. There's another case. Mamish, almost the same thing. He borrowed it for a day and rented for a day, and then the cow dies, or the cow dies, we don't know when. The owner says it happened while you were borrowing it, so you're chayav. The borrower says it happened when I was renting it, I'm potter. Third case is sochar achas v'shal achas. Same idea. He borrowed and rented two cows. One was rented, one was borrowed. The borrower says it happened when I was renting, the one that died, and the owner says it happened when you were borrowing it. Now we turn to Daf Tzadik Zayin Amud Beis. We can start from the Gemara. We'll do it quickly, even though we did it. There's a few lines. So the Mishnah continues. The owner says, Top line on some Tzadik Zayin on the base. The guy says, I don't know. I really don't know when it died, what hours, in the morning. I came home, it was dead. You, the owner, for some reason, you know when it died. So that's called a bari v'shema. The owner is certain, the borrower is not. Chayev. He has to pay. Why? Because he doesn't know. So the Gemara says, Shamas minei, so you see from here, monali biyadcha, the same case, Zcharya, when I tell you, you owe me 100, and you say you don't know, Chayev, here, like in our Mishnah, you don't know. Leima, to have it to the Rav Nachman, that's Zcharya, contradiction to Rav Nachman, itman, monali biyadcha, this case, you owe me 100, and he says, I don't know. Ravuna v'Rav Yehuda Amri Chayev, Bari v'Shema Bari Yodif, Rav Nachman Rav Yochanan Amri Potter. This is the problem. This doesn't go like our Mishnah. If I say you owe me 100 and you say I don't know, I don't recall. It happens. Yeah, it's happened to me. People tell me I owe them money. You know, they laid out 100 shekel or whatever. Okay, say it. I don't remember exactly. Any doubt? Rav Nachman says in that case you are Potter. In our Mishnah it says that case you'd be chayev. What do we do with this? Says the Gemara Kedama Rav Nachman Kegonchish Esek Shvuah Beinayim. We're talking about that there's a chiyuv shvuah. The reason why our Mishnah says you're chayev because there's a chiyuv shvuah. Hachinami Kegonchish Esek Shvuah Beinayim. Like Rav Nachman says somewhere else, there's a chiyuv shvuah over here also chiyuv shvuah. That what? If you're obligated to make a shvuah, and there is no way for me to make a shvuah. Why is there no way for me to make a shvuah? Because I say any idea. I don't know. So what am I going to swear? If I know something, I could swear that I know. If I don't know, I don't know. And I can't make a shvuah. So we have a concept, mitoich she'eino yochali shava mishalem. If you can't swear, you have to pay. And that's why in our Mishnah, you pay. I just want to pause for a moment. I see we have a guest there. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Weintraub from Detroit, Michigan. Shalom Aleichem. Who are you with? Son lives here. And you do the shir with us?
Occasionally I have. I wrote this.
Drop the Rav. Sorry. Nah. I'm sure he did. Shvaya for coming. And what's your name?
I'm Randy Kessler from Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. Beautiful.
Seattle, I'm here visiting my cousin Rabbi Shmuel Piha.
Wow. So, and you also do the daf with your rabbi?
No, not with my rabbi, but I do the daf elsewhere.
What about Stefansky?
Well, see, there's an opportunity now.
Wow. Visiting. Just a...
I'd never heard of Stefansky, to be honest with you, until now. But,
really? But you just happened to fall in here. Unbelievable. What a coincidence. Okay. I feel bad for that rabbi you go to in Seattle when this is all over. Okay. So, oh, this is a tough crowd. We have a bunch of guests that don't even do the shit, never even heard. At least you heard about us. Oh, okay, good. Wow. Wow. I mean, you're traveling, buddy. So you do it on, okay, Givaldi. Zog the Gemara. So, what is the exact case that a person is chayiv shvuah? So the Gemara Kedarava Daf Tzadik Ches Amud Aleph. Domarava Monali biyadcha v'aloyomer ein lecha biyadi elu chamishim. You owe me 100 and the guy admits to 50. That's called what? Moedim miktas v'ashar ein yidea. So there's a little bit of a moedim miktas and there's a little bit of I don't know. Mitoich sheni yochli shava mishalem. Since I don't know, so you have to pay. You can't make a shvuah, you have to pay. So what we're going to see is, we have to add a moedim b'miktzas to our sugya. Somebody admitted a little bit. Now, the Mishnah says, I took one cow, and I'm not sure if the cow died while I was borrowing it or while I was renting it. How could I do a moedim b'miktzas on a one cow? You can't have a moedim b'miktzas on one cow. You can have a moedim b'miktzas on two cows. One cow I admit to you, and one cow I don't know. But how can I say, half the cow I don't know if it's a shoyl or something, and the other half I don't know. There's no such thing. Can't divide it. Therefore, we're going to have to add cows to the Mishnah. If we're already talking about any idea, so I got to tell you the story. there was a priest. They say there's a Ma'aseh Shahaya, the priest that demanded a public debate in the town square, and the Jews were very nervous. The loser gets thrown into a fire. Right there, they build a fire, loser gets thrown into the fire. This wagon driver comes to town, and he sees everybody is Tisha B'Av. What's going on? The priest demanded a public debate. No, so what's the problem? So nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to get thrown into the fire. I'll do it. No problem. He says, you? Yeah, I'm a professional debater. Don't worry about it. So he goes to the town square with the priest, and the priest looks at him. He starts laughing. What do you do? He says, I'm a wagon. He says, okay, you know what? You go first. He says, okay. When the Gemara says, Eini Yodeya, what does it mean? So the priest says, I don't know. So the guy, and they go, whoa, you don't know? They took the priest, they threw him in the fire. So they couldn't believe it. They asked the guy, they said, this is a Ma'aseh Shahaya, I'm not joking. They asked the guy, it's like, how did you know how to pull off this trick? So he says, you know, in Cheder, when I was learning the Gemara, we learned any idea. I looked in the taich on the side. The taich on the side said, any idea? I don't know. I figured if the taich doesn't know, how's the priest going to know? Vashar any idea. I want to just pause here for a quick moment. We know that you're not allowed to lie, and those who lie, the liars, they don't see the Shechina. If you had to think about this, what would you say? What is the worst lie a human being could say? So the Rabbeinu Yoina, the Rishonim, the worst lie is a lie that causes someone else a monetary damage. When you tell somebody Eini Yodeya, some people think it's business. I'm a good businessman. I said the right word. I said it in a way, and I took money from the guy. I lied to him. I tricked him. That is kasas hakronim she'ein lam chelek lo'elam. They don't see pnei shechina. I don't know. I didn't say ein lam chelek lo'elam. They don't see pnei shechina, whatever that means. It's a terrible thing. Think about it. Next time you're in business and you're facing another yid, and you say that sheker, that just a little bit of a lie to get the deal done. So the Gemara. So if there's, as Rava just stated on top of the Amud, that we have a little bit of, you need to have a moide b'miktsas involved here. Plus, I don't know, how do we have it? Mishkachas law, we could find such a thing. Reisha betarti v'seifa betlas. We must add a cow to the whole story. The beginning of the Mishnah was talking about one cow. In fact, it's two. The end of the Mishnah, right? The reisha means the two cases of, I borrowed a cow for an hour and I rented it for an hour. I borrowed a cow for a day and I rented it for a day. So that those are the two cases, they go together. Then you have the third case. I borrowed two cows. One was rented, one was borrowed. I must add a third cow to the story. Says the Gemara, I gave you two cows, not one. Either half, the first case was half of the day was borrowed, half the day was rented. Inami, or the second case, one day was borrowed, one day was rented. I'm telling you, I'm the owner. I know that they both died in the morning when they were borrowed, lent to you. And therefore what? You owe me two cows. Oh, Rabbi Isa, here we go. We have two cows. The guy says they died. They're dead. Upside down. Belly up. Says the guy, yes, you're right. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. I owe you a cow. It actually died in middle of the borrowing period. The other one, Lo yadani ibidin she'ela mesa, ibidin zchirus mesa. I have no clue. This guy, I don't know. It could be one or the other. I don't know if it's zchirus or... Oh, so what do we have over here? Amud Beis. What do we have over here? I don't know. Any idea? Swear. Because of this also. Yeah, Amud Beis. You have to swear. But I can't swear on this. Why? Because I have over here any idea. What am I going to say? What am I going to say about this guy? I don't know if it died while it was rented or borrowed. So in Mela we have a situation of the mitoich sheni yochel lishava mishalem. Therefore, he must pay. There's a famous story. It's so famous that when I looked it up yesterday, it was brought down in Oitzar HaChachma by at least 10 different Rebbes. It was stolen by 10 different Chassidius about the Rebbe. I'm not sure what's so gewaldig about the story. The story goes as follows. A Chassid came to the Rebbe. He said, Rebbe, I see you struggling with parnassah. You have to know Yiddish to appreciate it, but I'm going to say it anyways, even if you don't chap. He says, I see you struggling with parnassah. So the Rebbe says, I'm not struggling with parnassah. Ich hab zwei ki. I have 2 cows. Ki in Yiddish is a cow. So the guy says, really? Okay. Following morning, same chassid knocks on the Rebbe's door. The Rebbe has 2 cows. Yeah, I'm here to buy some of the Rebbe's milk. He wants to give him parnassah. So he said, no, it's nicht verstanden. Ki, vo yismach li bayni, ki, v'shayim kodshe v'tachni. Those are my 2 keys that I have. Ja, kennst du Meise? Hast gehört, Meise. Okay, now we go weiter. It's not supposed to be funny. It's just a Meise of his emunah. I don't need your milk, I don't need your parnassah. I have a Kadosh Baruch Hu. In those days, they didn't. Okay, you didn't get a lot of kvitlach. Zog the Gemara. Now you used it up. This is the Rosh Koilel. This is the Rosh Koilel over here. Comes every morning. Zog the Gemara. V'seifa, Rabbi Yisai, v'seifa bitlas. We got to add another cow. What's Geshen? Got another cow that died over here. Yeah. Key. V'seiva bitlas. Domalei sholish porson sati l'cho shtayim b'sheilo v'achas b'schirus. I gave you 2 cows. 2 were lent to you and 1 was rented. And guess what? To your luck, the 2 cows that I lent to you, those are the 2 cows that died. Therefore, what? You owe me 2 cows. You're right. You're right. So that's a check right over here. I admit, I'm a moide b'miktsas. This is the one that died. And this one I don't know. With the kaimo, the schirusi. And perhaps, maybe, this one is a she'ela and I owe you money, and the one that is alive is the rented one. Or, the schirus meisa, perhaps it's the schirus, schura, and therefore I don't owe you money for this middle cow. The rented one, the lent one, I'll give it back. Here, it's alive. Have it back. This guy I'm potter for. Why? Because it was rented. Rented. If something I rent dies, I'm potter. You're saying it's a shot. So I'm any idea on this guy. Any idea. And we have any idea on the schirus. Umitoich. Sheni yochel shava mishalem. And since he can't swear because he doesn't know. What is he going to swear about? He Pasha doesn't know. So therefore, he has to pay. I will skip this joke because I don't want to get canceled. If you want to see the joke, you can go to the Hebrew one. It's not a canceling joke, but Bizman Azeh, you never know. You say something and they start touching it up the wrong way. Fine. Like the joke that I was going to say. Okay, Zogt the Gemara.
Why bring it up?
I was gonna say it, and then the smarter side of my moyach said, "Don't do it, Eli. Don't do it." I have the struggle every day. Do you say the joke? Do you not say it? You know what? It was there. Siyata d'shmaya. I didn't say it because that guy was gonna. Sometimes I have control. You never know.
With subtitles.
This is the first time I almost spit up the water with subtitles. Yeah, that's really going to help. Those chayas, they can put it on with the subtitles. Weiter. Everybody wants to hear it. It's not bad, not bad. Benny laughed a lot last night. But he laughs at jokes that are, oh, he's gone. He just left. Says the Gemara. Now, according to Rami Bar Chama, we're going to have to add a fourth cow. Sorry. I gotta tell you, this is a very, very simple sugya. It's a short sugya, and I figured, let me throw in the cows, let me try to confuse the Olam. So last night, I was very much liach. The Olam was, woo, they had no clue it was flying by the time it was over. It was givaldik. Today, I'm not so successful. Check this out for a second. According to Rami Bar Chama, there are 3 conditions that you need when Shalom Aleichem, Kim Tzadan, have a seat. Let me guess. Let me take a guess. England. No? Muncie? You live here. I knew something. I felt the Gdisha. What's your name? What's your name? Avrum Genot. Shalom Aleichem. Okay. Chaval. Don't tell me you don't listen to the shir. You just came to see what's going on here. It'll be 3 for 3 today. Yeah, that was great.
Looking for a minion.
So, Zog the Gemara. Oh, so wait a minute. We know that let's do this together. If a shomer chinam claims, what claim does a shomer chinam have to say in order to be potter? Even if he says gneva v'aveda, he's potter, provided that he makes a shvuah. A shomer sachar, what does he have to say to be potter? Oinus. What does a shoyel have to say in order to be potter? So these shomrim, they must swear in order to get out of it. Without a shvuah, they don't get out of it. Comes Rami Bar Chama and says, first of all, you need step 1, you have to say something. If you're shomer chinam, for instance, you have to say nignav, okay? You have to say a taina that's poiter. Now, Rabari, where was Rabari? You saw, now you missed the new guest, Rav Genot. He's in the back over there. Yeah, father. You missed the good stuff from Barpa. Rav Genot? But this is his first time here. Okay, Givaldik, okay. But wait, let me interview him for a second. Let me see if he's right. How long, you doing this year for a while? Okay, for the interview, just lie, say yes. Okay.
Just mention a cruise.
Zog the Gemara. So the Rami Bar Chama, Mendy, I see you in a big rush somewhere. Where are you trying to get to? Wow, today Imam Shpilkes, Imam you dance a goof. Let's go, let's go. So the second condition is you need a kfira to say no, nothing. On this, 0. Yeah? This didn't happen. And the third condition, you need hoidah. So again, basically you need a kfira and hoidah. It's not enough to have hoidah for a shvuah, you need a kfira. You need to deny it completely. Therefore, we must add another cow. And it goes like this. Rami Bar Chama Amar arba shoyrim tzirchim kfira b'mikzas v'hoidah b'mikzas mishkachas l'oreisha b'tlas v'seifo ba'arba. So let's maybe take this guy away. We're going to take this guy for the third one. Because this is loyhoid var moilam. Never happened. I deny the whole thing. How does it work? Reisha b'tlas ha'al damar le sholish paris nesati l'cha. I gave you 3. Palgid the yoyma b'shelo, palgid the yoyma b'schirus. That's the case. Half of the day was lent, half the day was rented. Inami chad yoyma b'shelo v'chad yoyma b'schirus. Or one day was lent and one day was rented. Umeisu tlas. And all 3 died. Kulu b'idan sheila, all of them were lent to you and you owe me 3 cows. V'amar li shoyel, and the shoyel says to him, Chada lo yod var moilam. Okay, listen, it wasn't even a cow, it was a sheep. it wasn't from you, it was from somebody else. The kids are, you got the story messed up. It's lo hayu dvarim ha'olam. Lo hayu dvarim ha'olam. Yeah? I said something similar yesterday. We'll just say it to l'saber so'izim. Lo hayu dvarim ha'olam. The guy says, this drill that you returned to me is broken. I gave you a fixed drill. So the guy says, first of all, when you lent it to me, it was broken. Second of all, it's fixed now. Third of all, you never let me a drill. That's lo hayu dvarim ha'olam. Okay, you got the whole story messed up. That's what happened over here. I never borrowed from you 3 cows. What are you talking about? Here, this guy, garnish, nothing. Here, not this one. I don't like this one. We'll do this one. Oh, now it's more understood. The chada in. Yes, this one I admit. You see? This one that died, I admit I owe you a cow. In. Bidan she'elo mesa died during the period of me borrowing it, and therefore I'm chayev, I'm a shoyel, I'm chayev b'misa. V'idach, and what about the third one? Lo yadani bidan she'elo mesa bidan zchus mesa here. I have a suffix, I have no idea what happened. And since you can't swear, why can't you swear? Why can't you make a shvuah? Because I have another one, don't worry about it. I need it though. Thank you. Because I don't know. And if I don't know, there's nothing I could swear about when I don't know. When am I going to swear? I don't know. So Mela Mishalim, you have to pay. Seifa Ba'arba. Let's add a cow.
You just paid on the third one, not the first one?
No, the first that you admit, of course you have to.
No, the very first one, the sheep.
No, this one I'm koifer. Well, you're what do you call it? Yeah, you have to. I would say you have to pay for that as well. Why not? So what if you're a koifer? At the end of the day, you have to make a shvuah, and you can't make a shvuah, so you have to pay. So make a shvuah. On what? Who says? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. We have to look it up. Seifa ba'arba do'amali arba paris nesati l'cha klas b'shei l'cha de b'schirus. I gave you 4. 3 of them were lent. 1 of them was rented. U'meisu anach klas d'shei, and of course, to my luck, the 3 that died are the ones that were lent to you, and you chayiv 3 cows. V'amar lei shoyel, and this is daf tzadik ches Amud Beis. So the shoyel responds, I'll do the sponsors when I'm done with this. Remind me then in 4 or 5 lines. Chada lo hayu dvarim ha'olam here. We got the lo hayu dvarim ha'olam. Never happened. The chada in, and this one I admit to you, I'm a moida. Here, I owe you that one. The she'elo mesa, it happened while I was borrowing. V'idach lo yadani the zchus mesa of the kaim of the she'elo. And I don't know, this third one, I don't know, maybe it happened while I was renting, and therefore I'm potter. And this guy that's still around is the she'elo. This is Shaul. So Mela here, let's put one over here. Great. This is a suffix. By me, this is a suffix. Or the kai of the zchirus. Or the she'elo mesa, the kai of the zchirus. Maybe this leftover one is the zchirus, and therefore I do owe you for 3. Or at least this one. The metoich. Or, did I skip something? Let's do it again. The one that's left over might be the barred one, and therefore I'm potter because it was rented. Or the she'elo mesa, maybe this guy was lent to me, and therefore I am chayev mesa. The kaim of the zchiros, and what's left over is the rented one. And since very very simple sugya, so since I can't swear, I can't make a shvuah, I have to pay. Done. Okay, put these on the side. Daf Tzadik Ches Amud Beis, sponsored by Eric Edelman of Bigger Cup Consulting and Kid Innovations LLC, as a zchus for quicker and full refuah shleima for Hatzlacha member's wife was in critical condition after giving birth. Lana Devora, Basadas Aleya, please stop and down for, and as a zchus for Akiva Simcha Ben Fega, my own son, Yosher Koyach. Ze Oimer Shu'ula v'Ze Oimer Schura. Yishava Lzaicher she'Schura Mesa. We have a machlokes between a disagreement between the 2 people, the owner of the cow and the guy using the cow. The owner says that the one that died is the lent one, and therefore you chayiv a cow. And he says, no, I know for a fact it's the other way around. The one that died is actually rented. Okay, it should be maybe like this if you want to see it. Okay, like this. Machlaik is between the two, who it is. So what's the halacha? Yishava Lzaicher sheschura mesa. So the renter has to swear, make a shvuah that the one that was rented while it died. Okay. Now the Gemara, for this, we have to understand something very important. We had a whole sugya going according to the Manda Omar, according to Rava, who says you have to have a meiletz. We're done with that for now. We're going back to the originals. The original Mishnah was there was 1 cow and 2 cows, not 2 and 3. So according to the beginning of the Mishnah, according to the Manda Omar, Rav Yehuda, who says we're talking about 1 cow, not 2 cows. So in this 1 cow, there's no meiletz. You can't be a meiletz in half. So I'm denying everything you're telling me. You're telling me that this was lent to you and it died. I'm saying no, it was rented. It was at the hour of rental. So what am I saying? I'm a kofer bakol. I'm telling you I don't owe you a dime. And you're saying you owe me the whole entire thing. You're telling me I owe you $100. I say I owe you 0. So what am I? I'm not a moedim miktas. I'm a kofer bakol. A kofer bakol doesn't have to swear. What's going on here? Why should he make a shvuah? Gilgul. There's something called a Gilgul shvuah. Here we go. Which means once you're already swearing, every shomer has to make a shvuah. He has to make a shvuah that it died peacefully in its bed. Basically, it wasn't that I was negligent. It wasn't that I did something to cause it to die. It died. So once I'm making that shvuah, I could add on other shvuahs. You're right. Typically speaking, I'm not going to make you make a shvuah. Why? Because you're kofer hakol. But you already have to swear. Once you're making a shvuah in Bezdin, I'm going to make you swear another one that it happened during the hour, during the time of the day, or during the day that it was rented and not lent to you. Whatever the word here is, you have to make a shvuah that it died regularly. And because you're already making that shvuah, so you already make another shvuah. The zchus mesa, sorry. Great. And the other cases in the Mishnah, over there, there's a suffix, and a suffix you don't make a shvuah. Both of them say, like this. Where was it? We don't know. They're both Eini Yodea. I don't know. How could the owner know when it happened, at what time of the day it happened, right? That was the question. We didn't understand it ourselves. He admits he doesn't know. The guy renting it, borrowing it, also doesn't know. He's at work when it happened. He doesn't know if the animal died in the morning or in the afternoon. So what's the halacha the Mishnah says? Yachloiku. Who does that go according to? Very good. What does Sumcha say? If you don't know, we Pasha don't know, we'll never find out. Bezin can never determine what happened there. Unless there's a video somewhere, we don't know. So therefore, the halacha is, you split it. What do Chacham say? But our Mishnah must be going according to Simchus Hamani Sumchasi. So we have a shaila here, and it's a continuous question. It builds up one on top of the other. And what's very normal for this kind of question is that the Gemara at the end comes up with a teiku. Here, take a look at this chart. So yesterday, I don't know if you know, but AI was down. A lot of the AI were down. And so a lot of this was hand-drawn by Yoshi. When he needs to, he's a very good artist, obviously. So, especially the guy sitting on the box over there. He's the owner of the cow rental place, okay? So the Gemara is asking, if there was let's say it was 2 months. The first month is purple. He lent it to the guy. The second month, the guy comes to return the cow. He borrowed a cow. He borrowed a cow for a month. In a month you give it back to me? Yes. He comes back after 30 days. He says, listen, I love the cow. It's doing great. I'm not done plowing my field. I know you want it back. Could you please at least rent it to me for a month? Says, sure, I'll rent it to you. So the Gemara's question is, when you rent after you borrow, are you starting all over again? Or perhaps some of the halachas that apply to you during the borrowing continue on. Why? Because some of the halachas are identical. If you think about it, a shoyl is the worst off. He's chayiv for everything. He's chayiv for gnei v'aved. He's chayiv for oins. He's chayiv for everything. So take all my chiyuvim here. Take a look. When I borrowed it from you, I did a mishpacha. Okay, so now I'm chayiv in everything. Then I come after a month. I said, please continue it. I was already chayiv in gnei v'aved when I was a shoyl. So now that I'm a Lzaicher, I continue to be chayiv b'gnei v'aved. Nothing changed. So perhaps the fact that I was sitting on the box, what does that mean? I'm a ba'al of imai. When you lent it to me, you were ba'al of imai. You gave me a cup of coffee and you lent it to me at the same exact second. As you all remember the video from yesterday, the tremendous acting from Gary. When I rent you something or lend you something and I give you a cup of coffee at the same time, you're potter and absolved from anything that happens to the animal. Maybe pshi or not, we had a machlokes. The question of the Gemara is, do I take that ba'al of imai, that ptur of ba'al of imai, and continue it into the zchirus? Or perhaps no. Zchirus is a stop, pause. No, we're starting all over again. What are you saying? You're probably thinking to yourself, why shouldn't it stop? It stopped. No? Or maybe not. Maybe you guys have a machlokes in the room here. Sha'ala bebailim. It started off as I'm borrowing the cow from you. But you gave me a cup of coffee while you were doing that. And then a month later, zchara shaloi bebailim. And when you rented it to me, you weren't there giving me a coffee. You were smarter then. Mi amrino and sheila l'chud kaima uschirus l'chud kaima. L'chud kaima. You say, listen, it's two separate entities, two different kinyanim happened here. And the ba'al of imai that was in the beginning does not continue out throughout the whole thing. They are connected. Why? That chiyuv that you had never went away. You had a chiyuv to pay if it was lost and stolen, and that continues. So maybe it's one, and I could use the ptur in the beginning at the end. There's a whole nidin in Rishonim. When you say imtim tzaloymar, are you saying that I agree with the first thing and that's the halacha or not? Okay, imtim tzaloymar. And if you'll say schir b'shelo meshach shaychi, perhaps you'll say there's a continuation. Take a look at the chart for a second. What if it started out with the rental and ends off with a shayla? What's the nafkamina? Because now you added chiyuvim. When you're a shoyl, now you owe more. You owe for oinus also. Mehechetesa to take the ba'al of imai of schirus and use it for she'ela. Schirus doesn't include a lot of things. You want to include your ba'al of imai. So now the question really is, could you do ba'al of imai, a partial ba'al of imai, and then expand it to the she'ela? Take a look over here. Let me see if it works. Potter ma'oinus, chayiv ba'oinus. Now you became chayiv and more. And you want to use that ba'al of imai also on the she'ela. Do we say she'ela b'schirus vadi lo shaycha? There's no connection between rental and borrowing, because when you borrow something you're chayiv in oinsim, and when you rent something you're not chayiv. Or dilma even the shaycha b'mikta, since you're chayiv a little bit in gnei v'aveda. Kiman the shaycha b'kula, maybe it does extend also to the she'ela period, and I have a ptur of ba'al of imai in that period as well. Intim tzaloim aloy amrinon kiven the shaycha b'mitzvahs kiman the shaycha b'kula dami. And if you're going to say, again, now it sounds familiar. These kind of shilas usually end off with a take a lot of times. If you don't say that, just because it's there in the beginning, it should end. Take a look at the chart for a second. What happens if I have 3 periods? One period of she'ela, then it goes into schirus, then it ends off in she'ela. Do I say that the original, take a look now, you have to check this out. Look at this guy on top over there. Does he kind of extend himself? Since he is ba'al of imai by the she'ela, So you should be a continuation of Balav Imai by the Sheila. So what if there was a little bit of a break in the middle? Yeah, Shalom b'Bailam started with Sheila, Zchara, and then it went to Zchirus. Shalom b'Bailam, there was no Balav Imai. V'chazav v'Shalom Al, there's no Balav Imai. But do we take the original Balav Imai and put it at the end when the animal dies in step 3? Meisik Kedarka, do we have a ptur, even though he's a shayel, usually he's chayev, but perhaps you have a Balav Imai. Hadar Asil Sheila Leduchta, do we say that the original Sheila comes back into this place? There's a big hefsek. If I'm mentioning the word hefsek, I just want to say the very famous Reb Chaim Shmulevitz. You got to say it once in a while. We have to do chazara. That Reb Chaim Shmulevitz asks, and we're talking about right after Lag Ba'omer, between Lag Ba'omer and Shavuos. But Rebbe Kiva, when he came back after 12 years to see Rachel, his wife, he heard her saying to the neighbor, "I wish my husband would stay another 12 years." So he turned around and left. And the question is, he was already there. Why didn't he open up the door and say, Shalom Aleichem, how you doing? How are the kids? And then leave. Says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, because 12 plus 12 does not equal 24. When you have a break, you stop your tzifos, it's a break. Daf Yomi also. The power of Daf Yomi is the non-break. Every single day we learn Torah every day. Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, Tisha B'Av, Yartzites, weddings, Chalamayid, Yom Yerushalayim, every single day. What? Traveling, working, we're always doing it. So, yes. And also a ha'ara to myself. This is not to you, I'm talking to myself. When you're learning Torah, and you get that WhatsApp, and you have that urge to look, what's going on there, that breaks the learning. 100% it breaks it. It takes minutes to get back into it. And in terms of the gedusha of it, you lose everything. The ritzifos, learning, the Chazon Ish used to learn 6 hours straight, because there's nothing like learning straight. Zok tehela Gemara. Jokes are all part of it. It's Lzaicher aliyah. You read the Lzaicher aliyah. Not all WhatsApps are like that, especially when you don't know what they are. It says the Gemara like that, but thank you very much. Cut that out. Right. Zok the Gemara. Yeah. This I did, so I don't know if it's as good. Oh, here's the hafsaka. There's a stop sign over here. Great. I don't know why Yoshi. I just did this once. If it doesn't come out perfect, be moichlame. But the point is that it starts with zchirus, goes to sheila, goes to zchirus. I had a few people bothering me while I was doing this. They had video cameras and zachin, so it didn't come out 100. But same idea. You move the guy from here to there. Does it work? Do you have Sheila Ba'alim when you have this? It's the same question. Maybe there's a break. Teiku. We have a very, very simple Mishnah here. Very easy. It's the same idea over and over. Let me say it about Peh. Sponsored by somebody that wants to recognize all the chevra from MDY, myself, yosher koyach. When a person borrows an animal, or any object, when does the borrowing start? Let's say you send the animal with your child. Did the borrowing start when you send it with the child, or when it reaches my hand and I grabbed it? So the Mishnah says that exact idea in many ways, back and forth. The owner of the cow is sending the cow with his own son, biad avdoi, with his slave, biad shluchoi. Tosfos explains it's not a shliach, because a shliach is exactly like you. It means somebody that lives in your house. Oy biad benoi, biad avdoi, biad shluchoi shel shoyel, or the opposite. I'm the borrower sending my kid to pick up the cow. Does it start then? V'meisa potter. So I just want to show you real quickly what it is to send a cow with your child. Here, first of all, we have a video. We have a couple things going on here. Here's a video found on that Tumadika thing, whatever. But this doesn't show the whole picture. So I asked my 3D artist to do something. Okay, you got the idea. Here's what the South African guy did for us. The guy's wearing MDY shirt. screaming over there that he wants the cow. Oh, of course, the picture of me in the background. Yeah. He says, Beseda, I'm going to send it. Here we go. Oh. Hold on. This is the Nigea. Boom. The cow. Now look at his face. Very good. So the cow dies on the way. Who's chayiv? I send it with a 2-year-old. Is it still my problem or is the borrower's problem? Is the 2-year-old a good enough shliach? Like, how does it work? I just want to say this real quickly also. The Chavis Havava says that when a child pulls a cow, the cow could give him one kick and kill him in a second. It could trample him, sit on him. I actually once showed a video like that where a cow went meshuggah and trampled a kid because it was touching its baby, whatever. So when a cow goes after the human being, is that anova? Says the Chavis Havavas, that's not anova. You know what that's called? It's called shiflus. When a human being puts himself down, you're acting like a cow. You're acting like a behema. Behema also could put himself down. That's shiflus. Anova means understanding who you are, understanding your meiletz, yet in saying I'm not better than another person. I'm still Eved Hashem. I'm still a nothing, but I understand my meiletz. Just to act as no, everybody step over me. That's shiflus, not anova. Don't be a behema, he says. So the Gemara. Now, but what if there's a saying here? He calls him up on the phone. He says, send me the animal with my son, biad avdi, with my slave, biad shluchi, with my messenger, biad bincha, biad avdecha, biad shluchacha, with your son, with your slave, with your... He says, hey, I'm about to send over the cow. Is that okay? Yes. And he did it? Chayav. Quick question. Why is he chayav? Where's the kinyan? We're talking the whole time. You need to do mishpacha. Phone call is not enough. Where's the kinyan on a phone? So the Rishonim say it's something called arvos. I guarantee something, and that is mechayiv me. And then 3 more words. V'chein b'shosha machziro. The same exact halacha applies. When I want to return the cow, and I say I'm returning it, and you say okay, then that's it. From that point on, it's yours. If I send it with my son, but we don't talk about it, it's still mine. If I send it with my son and we do discuss it, and you say do it, then it's yours. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Don't have the count.